2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo to continue to improve.
Say that 3 times, Frank.
And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that's twice.
And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo to continue to improve. But what a leap he took last year, putting up huge numbers across the board. Guys, he looks like a superstar in this league, doesn't he, Shaq?
Ernie, OMW.
OMW.
Oh, my wow. There's nothing that this kid can't do on the floor.
Oh, my wow.
Speed, length. He's impossible to guard.
Wow.
OMW.
OMW is true for sure. And there's no limit to how good this guy could be.
What's his name?
OMW.
Oh, the Greek Freak.
Oh, my wow.
Giannis the Greek Freak. That's how I call it.
Tip-off coming up shortly. Time to send it to Kevin.
Is Mama named him the Greek
Harlan.
Freak? I'm going to call him the Greek Freak.
Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Hawks, where we'll be broadcasting live today. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. You look at the Bucks. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
And right now for the Bucks, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season, and that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Unfortunately, those expectations were right on the money. They just weren't ready to join that elite group of teams at the top of this league. And they're still in the playoff picture, and we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
And as we've got a few moments here before the tip, let's go to David Aldridge, who was able to speak with Mike Budenholzer. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
You look up and down this Bucks roster, and you have to do that. Up and down and over and side to side. Just so much length with this team. Giannis is certainly the biggest name with the biggest wingspan, but guys like Thon Maker and Tony Snell defensively, they've got great reach as well.
And it's the Hawks to start out. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 slot. Shot clock at 6. Collins kicks it to Bazemore. That 3 off the mark. And Brent, it seems like the Bucks are always adding length to their team.
Well, when most teams have gone smaller with their lineups, Milwaukee very curiously has collected a lot of longer players that they think can go out and do a multitude of things to make their roster a little bit more futuristic.
And last season, Chris Middleton, Brent, missing most of the year with a torn hamstring.
Well, I don't think he ever quite really felt confident in what his body could provide for him last year, Kevin. And so tentative play, but a good sign for the Milwaukee Bucks that Chris Middleton will be a scoring option for them for sure.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Middleton.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
Middleton hits them both. And with Middleton in his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Stolen by Middleton. Shoots the three. Rebound, Atlanta. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
And sometimes your poor shooting from the perimeter can dictate, it should dictate, that you go to the inside. Tonight, they didn't do it.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's Delaney with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kicks to Collins. They set the pick. Prince against Parker. Prince outside. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. On offense, here are the Bucks. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And I don't know if I'm going to call these guys rivals, but as conference opponents, they're still familiar with each other. Neither team will want to give an inch in this first meeting.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Hawks.
And their offense centered around the 3-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Move shots. Move shots.
Free throw missing.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury, and working to become better.
And he's good on the second. It is strange to think that some of the players that Jason Kidd coaches on this team might have been too young to see how good he was when he played.
Well, Giannis is a prime example. Last season, Giannis was benched by Kidd, and then he looked up Kidd's credentials, and he said, wow, rookie of the year, never lost in the Olympics, won the finals, and is an NBA champion. That's right, Giannis. Sometimes looking things up in the internet can be beneficial.
Prince with it, buries it from about 10 feet away. Prince has got his first points in this one. Antetokounmpo against Prince. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. He's looking for Monroe and finds him. Dedmon with the block.
We've got to respect the wingspan that time of Dwayne on that end. Look, you go up like that and you're a dead man.
Here's Delaney. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
It's Brogdon on the wing. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Parker drives in. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Man, that's tough. Parker, a muscular guy, but great body control to bury that shot near the hoop.
Collins, a screen on Parker. Rejected by Monroe. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
2 areas where Giannis is improving is his poise and his awareness. That time he finds the open man.
Here's Bazemore. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. You remember he had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
And really, it's hard to guard a guy like Bazemore because of how high he can get up. His athleticism is just boundless.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
There he is, the product out of Kelford, North Carolina. Kent Bazemore has come a very long way during his short time in the NBA. Speaking of Kelford, that's got to be one of those places where everybody knows who you are, and Bazemore has that easygoing vibe when you get a chance to meet him.
The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Delaney. He kicks it to Bazemore. The tray. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
And hard scrabble beginnings for Bazemore. Winners without heat. His mom worked 3 jobs to support the family. But what a success story for Kent Bazemore.
Yeah, an incredible story. You can see the work ethic that Kent Bazemore has and how those things have paid off for him. This is a guy who went undrafted, waited for an opportunity, and then pounced on it. The thing is with Kent Bazemore now, are you the type of player who wants to spend the money that you've earned, or do you want to earn the money that you've been given?
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Prince outside. Here's Dedmon, covered by Monroe. The feed now to Bazemore. 5 on the clock. For the 3. Great D that time from Middleton.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator. Yeah, a lot of people taking a deep, deep breath after the news of Jabari Parker tearing his ACL again last season. All that hard work and then not remaining healthy for the entire campaign. He'll be back.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And the first one drops. And for Jabari, the hard part is that it's the same knee he tore as a rookie.
Yeah, that is tough, Kevin, but with the medical staff and with the results that came from Jabari Parker's first injury and how he got himself back into great playing shape and then played with confidence, I have no doubt that Jabari will be back on the floor and doing the kind of things that are expected of him.
Second free throw, no good.
Parker playing for Coach K in college. He's got that pedigree as well as a great attitude.
Prince, right side. Another miss by Prince.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Took him no time at all on that one.
All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
Delaney kicks to Muscala. Dishes it to Bazemore. There's a good screen. There's the pass to Delaney. Prince outside. From deep. Another miss by Prince. On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 13-5 run here. Brogdon kicks to Parker. That one misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Prince in the corner. There's the triple. Another miss by Prince.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Now here's Brogdon. He's tightly guarded. Feeds to Antetokounmpo. From the baseline. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
There's a screen. Bazemore inside the 3-point line. Off target from the wing.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Now here's Prince. Bazemore on the wing. Defended by Middleton. Atlanta again missing.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 23 points for him the last game against Boston. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. Screened by Parker. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
To stop the drought. And that one's good. Delaney. Delaney's got 5. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Their last game, a win against Boston. Looking to carry it into this one.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did in that one.
Well, you see the snowball effect here when they start knocking down those shots, and once guys get it rolling, it's just impossible for the defense to contain that kind of firepower.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Milwaukee leading by 6. Here's Vaughn. Pass to Maker. Vaughn, the pass to Teletovic. It's rebounded by Ilyasova. Hawks shooting just 26% early. Here's Bellinelli. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And Brent, for the Hawks, a new $50 million practice facility. In 2019, their G League team begins playing in College Park.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that we're almost to every team having a G League affiliated roster that they can work with throughout the course of the season. So the Hawks became the 16th team to snatch up a G League operation, and I think that Mike Budenholzer and their organization will use that well, as they'll want player development coming out of College Park.
Ray, you played all 4 years in college after redshirting your freshman season. What kind of advantage, as you look back on that, do you think it gave you, if any, in preparing for the pressures and the style of the NBA?
I don't know so much, Kevin, if it gave me an advantage with regards to the pressures of the league, but certainly with regards to the physicality of the league, it's something that I desperately needed. Just a late developer, a late bloomer. I think I was about 175 pounds when I went off to college. Not a preferential playing weight for the NBA, so I needed that year just in terms of the maturity of what I needed physically.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Pass to Maggette. There's the screen. There's Bembry. Ilyasova, a screen. Lock at 6. Bembry kicks to Maggette. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Snell, that's good.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
The Hawks trail by 9. Maggette dishes to Muscala. Bellinelli passes to Maggette. Here's Bembry, defended by Dellavedova. Here's Bembry. 17 points for him last game against Denver. That one drops for him.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
The dish to Maker. Back to Dellavedova. To the middle and stolen by Ilyasova. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Bembry. A three-pointer, no good. Bucks leading by 7. To the paint, here's Dellavedova, and the layup's good off the glass.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
1:02 left to play in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Maggette kicks to Ilyasova. And shot on the way, and that one's good by Maggette. Maggette's got his first basket. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Vaughn, the pass to Maker. Here's Vaughn. Bellinelli is covering. Vaughn can't get it to go.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling, exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
Passes it to Maggette. The three. Again, the miss by Maggette. The Bucks shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. Vaughn. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
They set the screen. Maggette kicks to Ilyasova. Cans it from downtown. Ilyasova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Dellavedova. The shot that time, not on target. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be right back after this. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Bucks leading by 6. On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Vaughn. Then there's Maker. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Snell in at the 3. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
That's a pretty good move from Dellavedova. Tough defense, gets off the perimeter and into the paint to get the score.
And Bellinelli kicks to Maggette. They set the pick. Ilyasova, a screen on Teletovic. Just 4 to shoot. Picked his pocket. Pushing it up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Teletovic, a pure stretch 4. He can space out the floor, and that's what he's asked to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for. A dramatic offensive regression for the Hawks over the last few seasons.
Well, they really just didn't have the shooting that they've had in the years past. And I would tell you, under Mike Budenholzer's system, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of getting to know one another to be very, very sharp in what is a very systematic way of playing. So lots of turnovers and bad shooting are a reflection of these guys not understanding fully what they need to do.
Brent, coming down the stretch of a tight game, some coaches like to substitute for offense and defense. Others don't. What would be your preference if you were coaching?
I think the idea has to totally do with matchups, Kevin. You're looking out on the floor. If all of a sudden the guy you want with the ball has a mismatch or an advantage, I'm going to stay away from any sort of timeout to give a coach 60 seconds to talk about something that he could probably shut down. I might not be able to be as creative as what's just happened in the flow of the game, and I'll trust my player to make the right play for me at that time.
Snell dishes to Teletovic. A steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mirza Teletovic. That's his first foul. The Hawks trail by 9. Maggette the pass to Ilyasova. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. They get it back. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Ilyasova playing with a high motor tonight. Lots of activity. He's good for at least a few second chance points.
Bucks leading by 7. And here is Dellavedova. He feeds it to Maker. Lets it go from deep. Here's Teletovic. Second shot opportunity. Rebound Atlanta. Ilyasova's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bellinelli. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. And it's off from 3-point range.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. And again, the Bucks miss for Atlanta. They've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Another miss by Maggette. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Snell, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
Well, Tony Snell getting a chance to play as a consistent starter last season. Again, a classic guy at the 2-guard spot where you want him to defend and hit some threes, and he made the most of his chance last year with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Snell. And for Snell, with his usage and minutes going up, he responded with better efficiency as a player.
He was much better from deep and from the floor overall last year, Kevin, settling into the role as the off guard for the Bucks, and he just looked much more comfortable shooting the 3.
And so Snell nails both of them. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Maggette kicks to Dedmon. Maggette dishes to Dedmon. Maggette right side. The feed now to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 5. Ilyasova, a screen on Teletovic. Here's Bellinelli. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Bellinelli's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, not a good idea to leave him alone. He'll make you pay for that mid-range.
Dellavedova kicks to Maker. Now here is Dellavedova, covered by Maggette. Count that one. Maker's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks. Hawks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Over to the wing. Ilyasova, a screen. Off the screen, but he stays with it from deep. Again, the miss by Maggette.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
When the Bucks ownership changed just a few years back, you could feel that there was a change for the direction of this basketball club, and they're much more focused on building from the draft, taking a lot of young players that have tremendous potential and seeing where they can go. They're doing everything they can to make this a great free agent destination. The new arena will help that.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Brogdon, how he did last season. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Now here's Bazemore. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And with the Bucks in this current ownership approach, you can really see it off the court as well. They've done a great job of reaching out to the community.
I love the investment that they've made in the team. The new downtown arena is coming along. The rebrand looks awesome. I love the new logo and the color scheme that they play with, and the court. A lot of attention to the details, and they put together a pretty exciting young roster. That's the most important part.
Now here's Parker. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Poked loose. Fires, high post. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Brogdon's got 6.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Down low, here's Bazemore. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Bazemore wiry, and when he gets on the inside, I like where he finds the space to finish at the rim.
Screen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And the pass to Brogdon. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Prince with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And the three-point shot is something Bazemore has improved steadily over his career. You can't give him room like that to fire.
Here's Antetokounmpo following the 3 by Atlanta. They set the pick. Screen by Monroe. Middleton can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 8. Prince, the pass to Bazemore. He dishes it to Dedmon. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. To the inside. Hawks passing it around. And here's Prince outside. Atlanta gets it back in a new 24. Count it.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
Monroe outside. Back to Brogdon. Monroe outside. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
Atlanta's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Collins, a screen on Antetokounmpo. There's the pick. Here's Delaney. Off target from 3-point range. Bucks leading by 8. Middleton dishes to Parker. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
How about that? Parker taking the contact and still connecting on the tough field goal attempt. That's some strength. Well, after the knee injury that Parker suffered as a rookie, you just really hoped all that explosiveness would come back. It did in a big way. Unfortunately, had another tear of the ACL, which started the process over again. But given his track record, I think he'll be back to form.
The Hawks making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. And with Parker, that ability to cover so much distance so quickly is what makes him a tough assignment as a defender. Brent, you know, you hope the explosiveness can return after his latest setback.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He worked very hard to get it back just last season, and I expect him to do the same. And he just kept getting stronger as the season went on. That combination of Parker and Giannis on the wing started making people look at the Bucks in a little bit different light. And when Jabari's at full strength, boy, can he be explosive.
In other sports, the drafts have so many rounds, the scouts have a lot of work to do. But with only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, Brent, can the GM really just cover most of it?
I think the GMs, at least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information as possible, and does as much in terms of not only the play, but the player, the dynamics of the player, his characteristics, what he's about, to bring all that information to a general manager and present it to him before the draft. Teams do a great job of targeting guys that they think are going to enhance their roster.
And now the international realm comes into play too.
Well, if I signed you up for my Mediterranean scouting service, Kevin, would you do it?
I'd do it for free.
I'll see you over there.
At the teardrop, Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo over Prince. Another shot. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Here's Parker, and the officials call a traveling violation. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Hawks.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
The Hawks trail by 9. And Bazemore kicks to Muscala. Antetokounmpo against Prince. Here's the screen. He kicks it to Collins. Just 4 to shoot. Bazemore for 3. But they'll get another chance. Prince dishes to Bazemore. Feeds to Muscala. From deep three-point range. Rebound Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Brogdon. 9 points last game. Monroe with a screen on Prince. Back to Brogdon. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Muscala. That shot off the mark. The Bucks go the other way with it. Inside. Here's Parker. Collins grabs the miss.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Monroe, no good.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Yeah, I love how Jabari gets to the rim and goes strong. That time up over the top.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a find, Greg, he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a 4-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
The Hawks trail by 12. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Collins against Parker. Lots of room. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Delaney's got 7 points.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Guarded by Prince. Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Just not his night so far, guys.
Here's Delaney. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 11 rebounds in the game. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Atlanta gets called for the foul. And last season, Giannis truly making the leap to superstar in the NBA. Brent was recognized by the fans, as well as he was voted in as a starter for the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And I love the point that Giannis made last year with regards to that All-Star voting, Kevin. He said he would have gotten more votes if people knew how to spell his name correctly.
Gentlemen,
I still get it wrong.
Roof shot.
The first one falls. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Get the feeling that Milwaukee hit the jackpot with with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Rare to get a superstar as elite as that in the draft, but they found him. He's the biggest superstar that this team has had probably since Michael Redd or Ray Allen.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
There's the pick. This is the maker. Fires for three. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season. 6th in blocks, 11th in steals. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. Snell, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Snell's got 6. And Brent for the Bucks. The team knows they need to build around Giannis Antetokounmpo, as he is a once-in-a-lifetime talent.
Well, the front office does have an idea of just how good Giannis is right now, but what he can be, and it'll be interesting how they decide to construct the roster. A lot of these guys are versatile and very, very long, and so that's problematic for the teams that are going to play against. The development has to come from within. This team could make a long playoff run if it does.
So it's the Bucks now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded closer. Offensive rebound, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That's Giannis just fighting right there on the glass and using some of his size to carve out enough space.
Now Maggette from deep, Ilyasova, and so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They lead by 11. And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
Welcome back to Atlanta as you get a look at the famous facade of Phillips Arena, home of the Hawks. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You have to like what we're seeing from Jabari Parker.
And through the first two quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
Yeah, I like his patience down there. He's combined some good footwork with even better moves surrounding that. So we'll see if the defense can counter in the second half. Maybe some double teams.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Collins, and it's Delaney in at the one. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Monroe with a screen on Prince. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
I like how Giannis buries that mid-range shot right there. The D's got to be a bit better than that.
Collins kicks it to Bazemore. Collins a screen on Middleton. There's a screen. Here's Delaney. The rebound by Middleton.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And he recovers it. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Over Collins. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Hawks trail by 13. Delaney, the pass to Bazemore. Collins kicks to Prince. Over Parker. Here's Dedmon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, from the D-League to dominating defensively, Dwayne Dedmon hustling around.
The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And the Hawks known for their equal opportunity drive and kick offensive style. But Greg, their three-point shooting percentage has cratered the last few seasons.
Yeah, and the way the league is going, that's something they'll have to fix. The free throw line, also an issue for this group. It's clear they're in search of more shooting.
And they can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Hey, Brent, we know that speed is at a premium these days, but so are analytics. Talk about some of the guys who are both quick and extremely efficient.
I think about a couple guys at the point guard position, because that's normally you say quick, that's where your head goes, Kevin. So Isaiah Thomas is one of those guys that is just a blur. Once he crosses half court, he's going to counterpunch you in some way. And then Steph Curry in Golden State, you have to come out to 30 feet to guard what Steph's going to do. But there are also guys who are deceptive with their quickness and the way that C.J. McCollum manipulates a pick-and-roll set and gets himself into the mid-range. Those guys are pretty good at what they do, exercising that quickness along with efficiency.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Brent, for the Hawks, you go back to the summer of 2016. How big was it for them losing their all-star, Al Horford?
Well, the rumor is there wasn't too much of a financial difference between what the Hawks were offering and what the Celtics ended up giving Al Horford. And they wanted to have him back and maybe trade Paul Millsap for assets. That all did not happen, and it gutted the team a little bit because of Horford's versatility. You could see that reflected in some of the offensive numbers from the Hawks last year.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both. Brent, some incredible players have put on the jersey for the Bucks in their storied history. You have a favorite Bucks player who you always appreciated watching?
Well, I'll name 3, Kevin. First, Jack Sikma. Second, Sidney Moncrief. And third, Terry Cummings. Those were some of the more incredible offensive teams during the 1980s that do not get enough credit.
Atlanta with the ball. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo, the lead now cut to single digits. Collins has got 6 points.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5-for-11 night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Now, Coach Budenholzer comes from a basketball family. His father coached for over 20 years. It feels like he was just born into it. Definitely what many would consider a coaching lifer.
And the Bucks making a change here. Vaughn's checked in.
And here we can check out the story on Greg Monroe. A very nice season for him last year. averaged about 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
And Mike Budenholzer, winning Coach of the Year in the league in 2015, leading the Hawks to 60 wins.
Well, that was the most wins in franchise history, and an amazing collective effort from the Atlanta Hawks that year. No doubt a high water mark that he's hoping to surpass in the next couple of seasons and become elite in the Eastern Conference.
Here's Bazemore in Atlanta again with the bucket.
As soon as Bazemore sees he has a chance to run in transition, he gets to his spot and takes full advantage.
Brogdon the pass to Monroe. Pass to Vaughn. Monroe outside. Pass to Brogdon. Just 5 to shoot. Middleton for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Dedmon's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Bazemore. Rebound, Milwaukee. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Parker. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a look here at the shot chart for Prince.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
That's good from Parker. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Hawks trail by 8. Prince outside. Puts it up from 15. The shot that time not on target.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Monroe outside. Here's Parker. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Parker's got 12 in the game.
Well, the D was there, but Parker too good.
Delaney kicks to Collins. Here's Delaney. He's guarded by Brogdon. Prince outside. Collins a screen on Parker. Parker with the steal. Middleton the pass to Vaughn. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Brogdon's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bucks.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Fires from the line. Bazemore gets the bucket. He's got 12.
Teammates love Dedmon because of his willingness to give up his body on screen plays like that.
Screen by Monroe. Monroe sets a screen for Parker. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Collins. The Bucks also changing it up. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. Six to shoot. Here's Monroe. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Prince kicks to Delaney. Ilyasova a screen. Here's Delaney. 9 points in the game so far. Ilyasova a screen. From deep. Offensive rebound. Rejected by Monroe. Here's Vaughn. He's covered by Bazemore.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Thon Maker comes in for Monroe, and Mirza Teletovic subbed in for Parker. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do is just shake that one off and try your best to move on to the next play.
Here's Vaughn. Bellinelli is covering. Vaughn gets the bucket. Vaughn's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 15. Moghetti dishes to Muscala. From past the arc. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Muscala's got his first 2 points.
No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
They set the pick. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova. And the Bucks lead by 15.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
With Dellavedova on the team, he just seems, Brent, to be the perfect fit with the rest of the roster.
Well, Dellavedova the year before, Kevin, had one of the best catch-and-shoot percentages in the NBA. So if Giannis is getting any kind of added attention out there on the perimeter, having Delly spotted up, able to shoot the three, that helps out your offense a bit.
Here's Dellavedova following the bucket by the Hawks. The dish now to Teletovic over Ilyasova. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
This is what his game is about. Teletovic, a catch-and-shoot player.
Out to the right wing. Here's Bembry. Back to Moghetti. For the three. Teletovic grabs the board.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Buries it from three-point range. Dellavedova's got 9.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Moghetti kicks to Muscala. Passes it to Bembry. Hawks passing it around. There's the feed to Bellinelli. Back to Moghetti. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 8.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here is Dellavedova. 9 points in the game so far. 4-on-3 break. Here's Bembry. Ilyasova, a screen on Teletovic. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Now here is Moghetti. He's got 8. Now Bellinelli. He feeds it to Moghetti. Fires the 3. They get the rebound. Muscala, the pass to Moghetti. Back to Muscala. Stripped it away. Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded closely. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's got 5. They set the pick. Moghetti kicks to Bembry. Ilyasova, a screen. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Moghetti.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Vaughn. Rebound by the Hawks. Ilyasova's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Bellinelli kicks to Bembry. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
Snell dishes to Teletovic. And he overshot that one, missing.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it. You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
44 seconds left in the third. Maker passes to Dellavedova. Back to Maker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Teletovic. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Bembry. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Bembry's got 6 in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here is Dellavedova, covered by Maggette. Dellavedova with the ball. He's got 11. To the wing right side. From downtown. And no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bucks lead by 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
One possession at a time. No offensive rebounds, and help and talk to each other on defense.
Defensive rebounding, a big emphasis for Coach Jason Kidd, and something he'll obviously continue to harp on.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you start giving it up on the offensive glass, very few good things are going to happen to your team, and that becomes really deflating.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the 4th quarter. Snell and Giannis filling out the wing. Here's Teletovic out there with Maker, and it's Dellavedova in at the point guard position.
There are a lot of guys that have versatility in our league, but I think Antetokounmpo is probably the most unique.
And the first one drops. And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Tony Snell. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. The Hawks trail by 10. Maggette kicks to Ilyasova. There's a good screen. Ilyasova a screen. There's Bellinelli, covered by Teletovic. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Middleton outside. Here's Maker. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Parker's checked in for the Bucks. Atlanta with the ball. Trailing here by 8. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Parker with the steal. Prince against Antetokounmpo, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
Parker getting more comfortable in his early stages of his career with drawing contact on the inside.
He misses the free throw.
And the number of fouls he's drawn has resulted in a bunch of trips to the line. So even if he doesn't make them all, it still had a positive effect.
And the Bucks making a change here. Monroe's checked in. And he sinks the second. The Hawks trail by 9. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. They set the screen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Stupendous work by Bazemore to force the defense into him there. His skill set really presents a challenge to opposing defenders.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's Brogdon. To the inside. Picked off in midair. Here's Bazemore. Great D that time for Middleton.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Delaney, the pass to Dedmon. They set the pick. Prince with it. He's picked up by Parker. Looking to end his cold spell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jabari Parker.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Prince. And both free throws good for Prince. Milwaukee leading by 6. Screen by Parker. Middleton outside. Back to Brogdon. Here's Monroe. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And here's Bazemore. Prince outside. Now here's Bazemore. And Parker with the block.
How about the reach from Parker? Extends his arms way up that time to get the block. And defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness. And then they changed the shot's direction.
Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And now it's a 10-point Bucks lead.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Now here's Prince. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
One shot.
And that one falls for Prince. Bucks leading by 7. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Middleton dishes to Monroe. A steal. Here's Bazemore. That shot no good. Great D that time from Middleton. It's Parker with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, how about Parker weaving his way through the defense, but being aggressive and strong in attacking the rim.
First one falls for him. And Parker drops them both. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Delaney. There's the pass to Bazemore. He dishes it to Collins. Good D by Parker. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Brogdon. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing over Prince. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Hawks shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. In the corner, it's Delaney. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Bazemore is a team player, and right there shared the ball with his teammate.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And let's call that one what it was, guys. Just spectacular.
No argument here, Greg. That's going to be the play people remember from this game. Here's the screen. Prince against Antetokounmpo. Puts up a 3. Delaney no good.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second. Well, he's got both height and length And that time showed them both.
Prince. It's not going to go for him. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And now it's an 11-point Bucks lead. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bazemore with it. He's picked up by Parker. Prince in the corner. Takes the three. But he recovers it.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Here's Delaney. He's guarded by Brogdon. Now Bazemore over Middleton.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Parker. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Parker's scoring at a great clip right now, playing within the team's offensive schemes and taking some good quality shots.
Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. Collins against Parker. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is kept back down to 11. Some big points there from Collins. Screen by Monroe. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Buries the long-range jumper. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points now just in this quarter. Delaney, the pass to Dedmon. There's the screen. Shoots from 14. The rebound by Middleton.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
And stolen by Prince. And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. Here's Collins. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And here's the fast break. Pushing it up. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Milwaukee leading by 12. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. Here's Middleton.
And Middleton kept working and working, did not quit on the play, and that forced the defense into a foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
And that one falls for Middleton. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Hawks trail by 14. Delaney kicks to Collins. Hawks passing it around. Fast break, Milwaukee. Oh, Middleton in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. 4-on-3 as they bring it up. Now here's Bazemore. Defense right on him. Here's Prince. Hangs. And the layup is good. Collins has got 4 points this quarter.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Right side, Antetokounmpo over Prince. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
They get a hand on it. And they're moving it up. Jumps up. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Awesome throwdown by Bazemore there. He really does get up and jam that one home.
And stolen by Prince. And here we go. Hawks running again. The lead now in single digits.
That's something about all these turnovers. Right away, you're at a disadvantage defensively.
Brogdon with it. Kicks it to Parker. Monroe with a screen on Collins. Parker there.
Parker getting better and better at running these. He keeps the D guessing. That's a huge advantage for the offensive player.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jabari Parker.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Atlanta. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
Middleton can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 10. And here's Bazemore. Pass to Delaney. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On deep, Ilyasova. Rebounded by the Bucks. On to Tacumbo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. 1:52 left in the game. Here's Ilyasova, and he makes good on the layup. Ilyasova's got it back down to within single digits for the Hawks.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. Unloads from 13. Here's Monroe, and he uses the glass on the layup. Monroe's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Monroe right now agreeing with these second chance opportunities.
There's the pick. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Bucks leading by 10. And it's slammed in by Monroe.
That's a good read by Jabari, a solid passer, and he knew he could reward a teammate that time.
1:06 left here in the fourth quarter. Delaney kicks to Ilyasova. Ilyasova, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Monroe on the double team. Back to Ilyasova. Over Middleton. That's good from Ilyasova on the assist by Bazemore.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. For 3, Brogdon. The rebound by Prince. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Delaney. Expanding his range. Hits the three-point bomb. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. Outside, Antetokounmpo. He kicks to Middleton. Over to the wing. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but, you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.